A new Connecticut magazine is helping dive deep into the stories of the LGBTQIA community in and around our state. Here to tell us about Connecticut Voice, we have the magazine advisor, Kion Wolf, and publisher Jim Tully. It's great to have you both with us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so today's the day, right?
Today is the day, so I actually get advanced copies at my home, which is, we're thrilled.
Oh, this is great. So tell me, what led to publishing Connecticut Voice?
It really just started with a conversation of a client of mine. So we were talking about different things, and he said, Jim, I belong to a Chamber of Commerce that's had a real great impact in my business. I said, okay, what's the name of the chamber? He said, it's a Connecticut Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce in Connecticut. I said, great. I said, I didn't even know there was a Connecticut Gay and Lesbian Chamber.
Okay.
And so as time went on, I signed up my company immediately for them, got to know some of the principals, some of the people there, and was super impressed with their passion. And the wheels started turning at that point. So that's a long story made short. One of the most impactful things that I did was really put together a board of advisors that could really start to help us grow, have a definite focus on where we want to go editorially, and really cover the gamut of the LGBT community.
So that's how, Kion, you were part of all of this,
one of my first
right?
phone calls.
Exactly. So why do you think it was so needed?
I think people are under the impression that because marriage equality is here and we've come a long way that we're done. But we're not, and these stories still need to be told. There are still a lot of stories that haven't been told, and so this is an opportunity. Seasons magazine has such a great reputation, and it's a beautiful quarterly, so it's so exciting to know that we're going to start this whole series really strong with a great background.
Just really quickly, LGBTQIA, what does that stand for?
Gay and lesbian, let's see, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex. There's also asexual, and there's even more letters beyond that. Because it's interesting because now we're in this era where not only do we understand that there's a spectrum of sexual orientation, but there's also a spectrum of gender, which sometimes overlaps and sometimes doesn't, and we can talk about it.
All right, so what's in this first issue?
You're going to have to get the magazine to find out. But I'll give you a little bit of a heads up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we try to take the model from really what we did at Seasons. So we try to cover a lot of different aspects. So from food to travel. We have a piece that we call In the Spirit, where we shine the spotlight on some groups, some individuals that are really having an impact that a lot of the folks may not know about. And we do everything from celebrities a little bit. So it's a lot of different categories, feature stories, but the most important thing that we always have as an underlying goal is to tell a story. And we've done that with Seasons for 13 years, and we absolutely do that really well with Connecticut Voice.
And Kion, what are you most proud of?
Well, I'm most proud of the podcast that we're releasing. Jim has the great sense to not only take this as a magazine, but take it as a monthly podcast. So he's asked me to host and produce that. I have total creative control, and so we've already released 2. The first is with Katie Tierney, who's with Middlesex Health and their transgender medicine program.
I'm doing a story on that as well.
Oh, great. There's so much to talk about there. So many stories that haven't been told yet, so that's exciting. And then my next one was with Kimora Harrington from True Colors, talking about the challenges in finding mentors for young people who really need it, and who are they looking for as a mentor might not be exactly who you think.
It's so exciting, Jim. Kion, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.